My baby. My baby.
You and the baby gonna make it.
Jeff, I want Jeff. Where's Jeff?
Last time, on the Colbys.
You didn't care about the baby.
Love her, Luther.
She loves Jeff. She's married to him.
Mom, if Fallon dies, I don't want to live.
Do you think I pushed Fallon down those stairs?
You were the one who kept wishing the baby didn't exist.
That night on the merry-go-round when you proposed to me, I thought you were my knight in shining armor. My dream come true. Well, it came true all right. But it's turned into a nightmare.
I want to know what's going on between you and Hoyt Parker.
I'm interested in any business that's profitable. So apparently is Mr. Parker.
And that's all the two of you have got in common, huh?
I barely met the man, Jason.
I don't believe you. I think he set up Connie's death.
What are you talking about? Your sister died in an accident.
Zach, if I find out you were with him in this, so help me God, I'll kill you.
I called you here because the question of paternity is maybe just a little bit academic. Baby's taken a turn for the worse. Our chances will improve dramatically if she can just stay alive for the next 5 days.
5 days? What about right now?
Right now, they're not good.
You mean we're going to lose her?
And helpless.
Don't torture yourself. Come on, let's go back to the room.
No, please, just a bit longer. I may never get a chance to...
Jeff? Val?
How is she? They've taken her off the respirator. That's good, isn't it?
Well, we're still trying to wean her off it. But she can't stay off it long. I wish I could be more encouraging.
There must be something you can do. Another drug, a different specialist, something.
If there were anything, we'd be doing it. Everything that can be done is being done, Fallon.
What do you think her chances are, Doctor?
She's alive. She seems to have a very strong will to live. Beyond that, all we can do is wait. Hope for the best. Excuse me.
Thanks, Doctor. Did you hear that? She's a fighter.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, she's not giving up now. We can't.
No, I'm trying. I'm praying. But I feel so helpless.
We've got to keep on trying. We've got to let her know that we love her and how much we want her to live. And if there's a God in heaven, he'll hear us.
Beautiful. But why did you bring me here?
This church, the people, so much like home.
And you're very lucky. It makes me feel good just being here.
I used to be one of those altar boys. It's true. Choir boy, too. The priest said I could sing my way to heaven. Until my voice changed. Then he said I better dance my way there instead. Come. Here I've lit candles for my family. I pray that the memory of my village never fades.
I wish I had your faith.
You do. Everyone has faith. Just some people have to reach deeper to find it. I have so much to be grateful for. To your family for helping me be free. To you for your love. Now I want to do something in return. pray for Fallon's baby.
Let's pray for her together. Please let Fallon's baby live and be healthy. But whichever one of my brothers is her father, please don't let it destroy my family. Please.
Thank you, Dr. Max. If there's any change, be sure and let me know.
Any news this morning?
No change. She's still on the respirator. Every little breath. You just hope there's another one behind it.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Oh, you forget. I went through the same thing when you were born. Monica was strong and healthy, but you... We didn't think you were going to make it.
Oh, yeah. Mom's often talked about that.
Oh, she didn't see you at the worst of it. I did. That first night you were in bad shape. My son, you're not supposed to try and make bargains with God, but I sure sent him up some good deals that night. Just let him keep going. Let him last till 1 o'clock. Last till morning, so his mother can see him. That's it. I talked to you, too. I guess I said as much that night as I ever have since. I meant it, too.
Well, if you got that kind of pull, pray for her, Dad.
Oh, we're all doing that. She'll make it.
Oh, she's got to. She's mine, and she's going to live.
You know, you've got to face the possibility that she...
That she's Jeff's? No. I won't listen to that.
Miles.
No. You don't understand. This little girl, she's my only chance to be a father. A natural father. I know Channing and I can adopt, but it's not the same. She's just got to come through this, that's all.
Suppose she does come through and it turns out she's not yours.
I've been at the hospital every day, watching her, talking to her. I can see it in her eyes, and I can feel it in here. She's mine. I know she's mine.
Slower, please, Arthur. I'm trying to take this down. Adrian Cassidy. Yes, go on. What else did you find out? Oh, the poor woman. Now, you're sure about this? Your sources are accurate? This is exactly what I was afraid of, Arthur. Thank you.
News of the baby?
No, though I did phone the hospital.
And?
If anything, she's worse. The next 24 hours is going to be critical. No, I feel so wretched about the whole situation. Zach, that poor, tiny, helpless infant.
My poor Sabella.
Oh, poor everyone. If this baby doesn't live, everyone's going to suffer. Especially Miles. She's got to live.
I still say, my poor Sabella, always pinning your hopes on impossible dreams. If the baby lives, if Miles is the father, if, when will you learn? You can't control destiny.
Is it wrong to hope? I care what happens to the people I love. Perhaps too much.
Except where this baby's concerned. There you're still competing with your sister. And why? To impress Jason.
Yes, for my son's sake. This may be the last opportunity Miles has to have a child of his own. Do you think I relish the idea of Jason turning his back on his own children because they have none?
Aren't you forgetting Monica's son?
Oh, that's just it. He is not Monica's. He belongs to Cash and Adrian. We have no legal claim on him. Well, not yet, at any rate.
Well, the doctor tells me I'm making such good progress, I may be out of here tomorrow.
Sorry I won't be able to stick around and play nurse.
Where are you going?
Back to Washington. Home. Well, look happy. I'm giving you your divorce. Isn't that what you want?
I didn't want any of this. It just happened.
Come on. I walked in here by mistake one night. I saw the two of you.
Adrian, can't we at least part friends?
No, we can't. I'm giving you your freedom. Isn't that enough?
And Scott?
Everything has its price.
What do you mean?
You can rip our marriage apart, but you're not taking that child. If I have my way, you'll never see him again, and I guarantee you Monica won't. If it takes a court order.
I've just come from seeing Fallon and the baby. I thought I'd drop by to thank you for saving Jason's life.
You heard.
She can't mean that.
She means it.
Then we must do something.
We?
Anything that concerns my daughter concerns me.
You know I told you not to get involved.
And I know what you've been going through with Adrian these past years. You need help.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cash, there's no need to protect her. I'm aware of her problem.
Problem?
The alcohol, the pills. I'm not condemning, but I am concerned.
Well, don't be. Adrian has been treated for whatever problem she's had.
Yes. Twice. If she fell back once, she may again.
Oh, I see. This is the portrait of an unfit mother. If you paint her black enough, the court will take Scott away from her.
Yes. And put him in the hands of someone responsible. You.
Oh, no, you mean me and Monica.
Who better than his biological parents?
And throw Adrian to the wolves? She loves that boy.
Love? What about her suicide attempts? She's dangerous to herself and to the boy.
Adrian is the only mother Scott's ever known. He loves her. I will not have you destroy her. I mean what I say.
I feel sorry for her, truly. But I'm thinking about Scott, and so should you be.
Well, do you honestly think she would do anything to harm her own son?
Not intentionally, I'm sure, but maybe sometime after too many pills, too many drinks. Cash, when she tried to kill herself, was she thinking of Scott then? Well, was she?
Would you like to sit a while? No, thanks. Let's keep walking. The sooner I get my legs back, the sooner I can go home. How are the plans for the wedding coming along?
Oh, that's not very important right now.
Of course it is. What do you mean?
Well, Jason and I, under the circumstances, have put everything on hold.
Oh, no. That makes me feel terrible. If I hadn't been so clumsy and taken that fall...
No, it's nobody's fault. Look, Jason and I have waited quite a while as it is. A little bit longer won't matter. All we're thinking about is you two and the baby.
I appreciate that, Frankie. I really do. But I can't let you do it. I want you to go ahead with your wedding. Our lives have to go on. All of our lives. Even if hers... Oh, God. I don't want my baby to die.
Hang in there, sweetheart. Mommy and I love you. You're my little girl, and you're gonna live. You hear me? You're gonna live.
Adrian's name's on the adoption papers. Scott is my flesh and blood.
My God, Mother, how did you get to be the principal player in this?
Why are you angry? I'm fighting for what is rightfully yours.
Because you'll destroy that woman. Look, whatever I feel, she loves the boy. She raised him.
She is not the mother. You are. Oh, good Lord, open your eyes. Well, you weren't there this morning. I was. She is not concerned with the boy. She's just concerned with holding on to Cash. She's just using Scott. If you love Cash, if you have any feeling for your son...
I love him more than you'll ever know. That's why I won't fight Adrian for him.
But that doesn't make sense. She's unfit to raise him. Is she?
Have you spent any time with Scott? Mother, he's a bright, loving boy with a strong sense of right and wrong. He didn't get that from me. He got it from her.
And Cash. And don't forget his Colby blood. Adrian is an unstable personality and has a history of psychological disorders. She's a danger to the boy.
That's beneath you, Mother.
It's the truth, I assure you.
No, Cash would have told me.
Cash is not the type of man to defame his wife. He's trying to protect her, but what I'm telling you is fact.
According to you?
No, according to Arthur Cates. I had him look into it for me.
Arthur Cates. Mother, you can spare me his facts.
The truth is the truth, whoever it comes from. You can't shut your eyes to that. We're talking about your son. Why are you being so stubborn?
I almost died when I gave up my baby. I won't go through it again.
We're not talking about giving him up. We're talking about getting him back.
Don't you understand? I can't risk it. I can't get my hopes up again and then lose it. I'd never survive it again.
What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
How long have you been standing there?
Hey, take it easy, I just walked in.
Well, you can just walk out.
Look, I only wanted to see how you were. I stopped by to see the baby.
You stay away from my baby.
My God. You don't still think that I want to hurt her?
Just stay away from my baby. Stay away from this hospital.
What's the matter, Fallon? Do you think I'm some sort of witch or something? Is that why you haven't touched the fruit that I sent you? Well, it's not poison, and neither are these.
Jenny? What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
Well, not blind. What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Talk about what? Fallon, this isn't like you. Now, something's going on between you and Channing. I want to know the whole story.
So, did you have a good day at school, Sport?
Yeah. All the kids were talking about you. They say you're a hero for saving Miss Colbys' life.
That's a big word, pal.
I think you're a hero.
Scott, astronauts are heroes, policemen are heroes. I just did what I thought was right at the time. Mind if we sit down for a minute?
Sure, Dad.
Thank you. Son,
Yeah?
are you up to a little man-to-man conversation with me?
It's about you, Mom.
Can't fool you, can I?
She cries sometimes at night. I hear her.
Scott, your mother is a good woman. She loves you very much.
I love her, too. And you.
I'll always love you, son, no matter what. No matter where I am.
Where are you going? Are you going away?
I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here. But
You're not going to live with us anymore. It's my fault, isn't it?
no.
Because I ran away.
No, don't even think that. It's nobody's fault.
Then stay with us. It could be like before. We'll all be together. We'll love each other. I'll be good, I promise. Please, Daddy. Please don't leave us.
Yes, about our reservation for a party of 2 at 9 o'clock. Mr. and Mrs. Colby. No, Miles Colby. I was just calling to let you know that we're going to be a little late. Thank you. I'm going to take Miles to dinner. I think he needs to relax. You're welcome to join us.
No, thanks.
Oh, come on, Jeff. It might take your mind off things.
Such as?
Well, the baby, of course.
Well, I don't want to take my mind off the baby.
Why do I get the feeling you don't like me?
Trust your instincts.
Funny. That night up at the lodge, somehow I got the idea that we saw eye to eye.
So did I. I guess I wasn't listening close enough.
All right, Jeff. What's this all about?
Misconceptions. You told me that sometimes you wish there was never a baby. I never thought you'd try and make it happen.
Now, wait a minute.
You don't want this baby and you don't care for her.
That is a lie. Of course I care.
You care if she lives, not if she dies.
How can you say that?
Oh, come on, Channing. This is a no-win situation for you. If the baby lives and Miles isn't the father, you can't give him what he wants the most, and that's a child of his own. And if Miles is the father, he doesn't need you, right?
You know it all, don't you? So self-righteous. All right, maybe I did want Fallon to lose that baby. My marriage was at stake. Haven't you ever had a bad thought?
Not with someone else's life, no.
I was wrong. I knew that when I saw her today, fighting for every breath. Whatever happens to me and Miles, it's not worth this baby's life.
Channing, I wish I could believe you. Fallon's at the lodge. She needs help, and you can't get through to a doctor. She falls down the stairs, and you just happen to be there? Coincidence? Maybe 2? I don't want a 3rd. Don't ever let me find you near my wife or baby again.
What do you think?
Well, I think it's a very encouraging report. And I think Emos is right on track, and I think you ought to be home with your family instead of bed nursing me every night. I appreciate your gratitude, Jason.
Gratitude has nothing to do with it. We've got a project going. I need your input.
Correct me if I'm mistaken, but it was you who wanted me off the project, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was the one. I gave you a hard time. I was wrong. I'd like to put it behind us.
Why? Because of this? Because you think you owe me something?
No, because you proved I can trust you.
You trust me? Suddenly I've got something you want, a grandson. And bingo, I'm your man of the year.
Hey, you are out of line. Way out of line.
Am I? Tell me Sable hasn't been grinding away at you the way she's been grinding away at me.
Sable?
Yeah, she wants to have Adrian declared an unfit mother. Now, I love your daughter, but I will not let that happen. And all the soft soap you can dish up won't change my mind.
Yes, I said unfit, and I have the evidence to prove it.
Like you had against Connie.
Well, I thought I was right about Connie. I know that I'm right about Adrian.
You never change, do you? If you want something, be damned to anybody who stands in your way.
I only want what you should want. Our grandson out of the hands of a woman is a walking time bomb for him.
You don't know that.
I do know it, and I can prove it. She's planning to take him away. I heard her say it myself.
But he's her child. Sable, we keep telling Miles and Channing to adopt. If they do, that'll be our grandson, too. Suppose somebody shows up years from now and just takes him away from her.
Jason, we don't have time to play what-if games. If we don't do something now, we could lose Scott forever. I need your help.
I won't help you. Sable, you are not God. You don't know what's best for everyone. Neither do I, but you've got to learn to let people live out their own lives.
People, yes. Adults. This is a child. A helpless child. Jason, he's part of us. If we leave him to her, and if something should happen to him because we just stood to one side, then we're responsible. Could you live with yourself after that?
just leaving.
Not until I say what I came to say to you.
Make it fast.
Short and to the point. Leave my wife alone.
Leave your wife alone? I mean, that's almost funny.
I'm not laughing. Channing told me about last night. Now, I have just about had it. She didn't do anything to Fallon. Your son left those marbles on the stairs. You don't believe me? Ask him yourself.
I will. You can count on it. But I want you to know this, Miles. That Channing admitted to me that she wants this baby out of the way.
Every time I try to relate to you as a brother, a real brother, you show your true colors. You marched into this house and you took Fallon away from me. Then you tried to take my child.
Your child? You don't know that. Nobody knows that.
Now you're starting in on my marriage.
Miles, I can understand you defending your wife. But Fallon, afraid of what she might do if...
If what? The baby turns out to be mine? Well, she is. So don't worry about it. Nothing is going to happen to Fallon or the baby. I will see to that. Personally.
You really want to go ahead with the wedding now, under the circumstances?
Well, whatever happens to that poor baby girl, life's got to go on. I want us to be married.
What will Sable do then? Still live here?
Of course not. Darling, she just lives in my house. You live in my heart.
No, I live in your pool house, and you camp out here with me like a live-in lover. Is a wedding going to change that?
Yes, of course. She's got to leave. She knows that.
She's still sleeping in the bed you brought her to as a bride.
Not for long.
She's tied to you, Jason. Your family, your children, your life together. She's rooted in the bone of that stiff Scots spine of yours.
That's over. All I feel for her now is anger.
That's what bothers me. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. You're surely not indifferent to her. I wonder if you ever will be.
A beautiful morning.
Is it?
Well, far too beautiful, I think, to spend it indoors. What do you say to a drive up the coast? No business, no interruptions. I'll even disconnect the car phone. How does that sound?
Wonderful, Zach,
But nothing. I'll have Carlos prepare a champagne picnic for us. Two lovers hiding away from the world for a day. Huh?
I really couldn't, Zach. Not today.
What is it? The wrong timing? Or the wrong lover? Listen to me and listen well. You are mistaking a patient man for a fool. This lingering pain over Jason and Francesca's wedding must stop.
You think I don't want that? But every time I think about that wedding and the humiliation it will cause me, my husband marrying my sister.
He'll be your ex-husband soon. And how and with whom he chooses to live his life is no longer your concern. I tell you this, Abela. Come to terms with it. Soon. Because my patience is wearing thin. Yes. Well, keep trying. Hoyt Parker is not invisible. Find him.
Here are the other back issues you asked for, Mr. Parker. The ones dealing with Jeff Colby's paternity hearing.
Oh, yes, thank you.
They sure are fascinating, aren't they?
To say the least.
I don't mean to pry, but, we get a lot of movie producers in here researching stories. Is that what you're doing?
Well, you're a very astute young girl. I'm not at liberty to talk about it.
Oh, no, of course not. Here. It's just that, well, I followed the story from the beginning, and I don't want to be stuck here all my life.
You must know a lot about the Colbys, huh?
Oh, are you kidding? I don't want to sound starstruck, but I even went to the paternity hearing a few times.
Is that right?
And let me tell you, I knew right away that Jeff Colby was Jason Colby's son.
How's that?
No, I could just tell that there was something going on between Jeff's mother, Francesca, that's her name, and Jason, just by the way they looked at each other. And I was right, too. The newspapers say they're getting married after all these years. See? Got any questions? Come to me.
That's right. How would you like to have dinner?
Really?
Sure. Just you and me and all you can dig up on the Colbys.
Monica?
Jeff. What is it, the baby?
No, nothing yet. I'm trying to keep busy and keep my mind off it.
Any luck?
Not a hell of a lot, no. Made a few phone calls, sat and worried. But in between all that worry, I did come up with something. Hoyt Parker's address in Los Angeles.
How did you get that?
Through the Immigration and Naturalization Service. When he entered the country, he listed his address as the Rossmore Arms Hotel. I'm going down there now.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Shouldn't we call the police and have them follow up on
What
this?
are we going to tell him? We got a few hunches and a package of Asian cigarettes?
Oh, yeah, but Jeff, if this Parker was involved in Connie's death, he's dangerous.
Well, of course he's dangerous. But I've got to know something for sure. You know, I've got to do something. I'm sick and tired of waiting. Down at the hospital, standing around feeling helpless.
I know it's frustrating, but...
There's so many questions. Why did Connie need the $2 million? Why did she meet with Parker? And why did Zach want to meet with him? I'm going down to that hotel. I've got to see him for me and for Connie.
Yes. Yes, I'll tell him. That was your secretary. Jeff, the hospital just called. Dr. Banks wants to see you right away.
What's going on?
I don't know. I just got here myself.
Where the hell is she?
I don't know.
Oh, good. You're both here.
Dr. Banks.
Take it easy. Everything's fine.
Where is she?
We moved her out of intensive care and into the intermediate nursery. She doesn't need life support system anymore. She's turned the corner. She's going to make it.
This is incredible. How long before we can see her?
Soon.
All right.
Doctor, when will we know?
Which of us is the father?
Be at my office at 4 o'clock. I'll have the lab results then.
I can hardly believe it.
Well, I told you she was a fighter. She's already out there screaming her little lungs out.
I don't know how I could have gotten through this without your strength.
Well, I have a confession to make. For a while there, I didn't think she was going to pull through. But then I realized how much she meant to you, and I think that's where I got my strength.
You know, I made a promise to God that it wouldn't matter whose baby she turned out to be as long as she was okay.
Well, I tried making the same vow, but I just couldn't. I'd see her lying there so small and vulnerable, and I just knew she had to be ours. She can't be Miles, not after all the love and the prayers.
You know, Jeff, I have to know, now that she's going to be okay, if she's not ours.
Well, I'm praying that she is ours. But I want you to know this, that no matter how it turns out, I'll always love you. And I'll love this little girl as if she were ours. Dr. Banks. Frank says we'll know this afternoon.
I love you. Hi. I heard you were getting out today, so I activated Monica Colbys' convalescent service. You're coming home with me. No arguments. No, you're not going back to that dreary little hotel room to recuperate. Now, we have a full staff, 24-hour service, a beautiful guest room overlooking the Santa Monica Mountains, and me, right down the hall. Ready to give you some intensive care.
Monica, nothing would please me more.
Good, then it's all settled.
But I can't. I've thought it over, and I've thought it over, and I just can't. Not yet.
But only yesterday,
It's Scott. He came to see me after you left. He loves her, Monica. All he knows is that she's his mother. And this whole divorce thing is tearing him apart.
It's exactly what I was afraid of.
If only you could have seen him. I mean, he was crying, begging me not to leave him and Adrian. He broke my heart. I can't do it to him. We can't.
No. No, we can't. So, now what? You, go back to Adrian and live as husband and wife?
I won't be like that. We haven't had a marriage since before I met you 8 years ago. We're not going to start now. It's over.
Are we?
Of course not. I'll find a way for us to be together. A way that doesn't hurt our son.
I should have known this was too good to be true.
I promise you we'll be together. The three of us. You, me, and Scott. A family. A real family. Please believe that.
I want to. I really do, but how can we make it happen?
Excuse me. I'm running a little late. I have a meeting with Hoyt Parker. Could I have his room number, please?
I'm sorry, Mr. Parker checked out this morning.
Checked out?
If you had an appointment, I'm surprised he didn't tell you.
Did he leave a forwarding address?
I'm afraid not.
Look, it's very important that I find him.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Well, how did he pay the bill? Did he use credit cards or traveler's checks?
Look, I don't know what this is all about.
There must be an address, a serial number. There's got to be some way to trace him.
I can't give out that sort of information. I would lose my job.
Look, this is very important.
Would this help? I wish I could. But he paid in cash.
Well, what about the register? He must have signed in.
Of course he signed in.
Can I get a copy of the signature?
The copy machine is in the office.
Thanks.
Love and tea. My cup runneth over.
Yes, but not on the bed.
No mugs.
This is how we Russians do it.
I'm game. I like how you Russians do it. I could get used to this kind of service.
But you have servants.
Could live without them. If it were just the two of us.
Is that the proposal?
Is it such a bad idea?
Liz, I love you, but I'm in no position to get married right now.
Is it my father? Are you afraid he won't approve?
No. My concern is us. I'm a defector, a stranger in your country. This freedom, it takes getting used to.
You think you'll lose that freedom if you marry me? Do you feel better if we live together?
It's easy to live together in America, isn't it?
What do you mean?
No wake waiting list for apartments. No one judging you. Just pack a suitcase and move in.
Kolya, I hope you don't think I do this all the time, because I don't. I love you. I'm in love with you. I want to be with you.
I'm sorry. I've offended you.
Oh. I understand. This must all seem strange and new. Maybe I'm being selfish, wanting so much of you.
You're not selfish. You're the most giving, loving person I've ever met.
I want to give that love to you, to ease the sadness you feel for your family. If I can. If you'll let me. Hello? Yes, all right. Thank you.
What is it?
That was Henderson. There was a call for you.
Anna. It was Anna.
She's trying to reach you. It's urgent.
I think I'd better phone you back. Bye.
Sable, when does it stop?
I didn't understand.
I just got a call from Arthur Cates. He wants to set up a meeting to discuss filing a suit for the custody of Scott Cassidy.
Yes. I asked him to look into it.
Damn it, I told you how I felt about that last night.
Are you really willing to give up your own grandchild?
Don't you mean your only grandchild? That's what this is all about, isn't it?
Not at all. Don't forget, Fallon's baby may be my grandchild, too.
And if it isn't, you're prepared to fight on that, too, huh?
I'm prepared to do whatever I think is right and just. And if there's any justice on this earth, their little baby girl will belong to mine.
Do you know what that would mean? How much strain do you think his marriage can take? Channing's ready to walk right now. Is that what you want for your son? Another broken marriage?
I think Channing wants his baby as much as Miles does.
And she's a fool. Even if she does, those two boys would be at each other's throats even more than they are now, if you can imagine that. And there'd be a custody battle that'd drag on for months, for years. No matter who gets custody, no one would win. Especially not that baby girl.
Don't you mean especially not Jeff? At least my way, Miles would have a chance of happiness. Your way, he would have none. Then you've never been on his side.
I'm on his side now. More than you understand. It'd be better for him, better in every way, if he is not that baby's father.
Better for Miles. Better if he doesn't have a child of his own. Look, he's our son. Now, he may come second in your eyes, but in mine, he will always come first. No matter how much pain it may cause, I want this baby for him.
No matter how much pain it causes.
Anything for our children? You used to believe that. Now what is it?
I see you. I see through you so clearly. None of this has anything to do with the children's happiness.
It's not true.
Let me give you some good advice. If you're really thinking about the children, if you really care about their happiness, stop trying to rearrange their lives. If you don't, you'll drive them away, one by one. Then you'll really be alone.
Where's the doctor?
Nurse said he went down to the lab for the report.
Good. I'm glad he's not here yet. There's something I'd like to say to
Oh,
you.
look, Miles.
No, hear me out, will you? I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I want to say this. If it turns out she is my baby, I'd like us to work out some sort of understanding.
Understanding?
You see, no matter what, Fallon is the baby's mother, and you two share a life together. But for the sake of the baby, I think we should put her future and her upbringing before our feelings, our differences. What I'm saying is, come on, let's start over again.
I just got this from the lab. It's the answer you've been waiting for.